shines the limelight. Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Watch, like, subscribe, and make sure your notification is activated on our YouTube channel. You can also like and comment on our pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Al-IyamoyeTV and radio.
It's a beautiful Monday morning, the 7th day in the month of August 2023, and I'm sure I hope you had a restful weekend. Definitely a fresh start right here, and we'll always encourage you that whatever you put at heart or whatever you already have in mind to do and to achieve this week, it is an encouragement and a motivation that you can definitely achieve that. Because you already have that in mind. Welcome to Freshlight, fresh episode, the first edition for the week. And this week on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. And of course, it's a pleasure to do this morning while our Super Falcons are actually playing against England this morning. We wish them well. And of course, I have different newspapers with me for review, which we'll be perusing this morning of Freshlight. I have the Sun newspaper, I have Platform Times, I have Vanguard newspaper, and I have the Punch newspaper this morning. My name is Modupe Akinyosoye. Welcome to Freshlight once again. And quickly, because of the time, kickstarting the review, we'll start with Platform Times newspaper. Let's get to see a couple of the headlines we have on the front page of Platform Times newspaper. Today is 7th August 2023. From Platform Times, we have this very large headline on special report. Nigeria loses 55,000 annually. Over 2 million live with HIV and AIDS. With that, double riders also capturing that, and you get the details in the Platform Times newspaper. Away from that, you also have WAEC to release 2023 SSCE results on Monday. Away from that, Fashola denies allegation of drafting judgment for Presidential Election Tribunal. And also on Naira devaluation woes, operators express concerns over 179.56 billion Naira lost in 6 months. You get the details of that as well in Platform Times newspaper. Away from that, also from the front page of Platform Times, Chicago court dismisses Atiku's lawsuit seeking Tinubu's academic record. Away from that, woman conceals cocaine in vagina, arrested alongside accomplice posing as fake husband. You get that Metro story in Platform Times. Away from that, fan arrests 21 touts and others at Lagos Airport. NYC allays fear over alleged deployment of core members to Niger. Also away from that, police arrest photographer with human skull in Ondo Town, Ondo State. And also the last story, headline on the front page of Platform Times, beware of deceptive vehicle auction scams and impersonators, police warn. And quickly going through Platform Times newspaper, let's start from the special, let's start from WAEC release result. From Platform Times, WAEC to release 2023 SSCE result on Monday. The West African Examination Council, WAEC, has announced that the result for the 2023 Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination would be unveiled on Monday, August 7, that's today, and the head of Public Affairs Unit, Moyosola Adeshino, gave this hint on Sunday, and this release of results brings a glimmer of hope for prospective students aspiring to enter higher education institutions. And according to her, some candidates who took the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, that's the UTME, had not included their required SSCE result in their applications, indicating that they were anticipating their outcome. To whom it may concern, WAEC to release 2023 SSCE results Monday. Away from that, from Platform Times, we have a Naira devaluation woes. That says operators express concerns over 179.56 billion Naira loss in 6 months. 6 prominent consumer goods companies listed on the Nigerian exchange Limited have collectively recorded a substantial net loss of 179.561 billion naira during the first half of 2023 due to foreign exchange devaluation. And the six companies are Guinness Nigeria, International Breweries, Nigeria Breweries, Nestle Nigeria, Cadbury Nigeria, and Dangote Sugar Refinery, and they all attributed the loss position to significant increase in unrealized forex loss and higher net finance cost. On Naira devaluation woes, operators expressed concerns over 179.56 billion Naira loss in 6 months. Away from that, we also have the NLC special reports, revealing that Nigeria loses 55,000 annually, over 2 million live with HIV and AIDS. We have that with Rider. Ogun ranks 19th as Akwa Ibom receives highest case in 2023. And also we would prevent taps from running, says NACA Director General. Recent data has shown that at least 55,000 lives are being claimed annually by human immunodeficiency virus and acquired immune deficiency syndrome, HIV and AIDS in Nigeria. These alarming statistics underscores the critical importance of ongoing efforts to combat the HIV and AIDS epidemic and improve access to prevention, treatment and awareness initiatives across the nation. Within Nigeria context, more than 2 million individuals are still living with the burden of HIV and AIDS, data has shown, and the figure serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing challenges faced by the country healthcare system and urgent need for comprehensive strategies to curb the spread of a disease, ensure proper treatment, and provide support for affected individuals and their families. From Platform Times, you get more details to that very special report. Nigeria loses 55,000 annually, over 2 million live with HIV and AIDS. Away from that, we get to see this very story from NRC wants train passengers against online ticket purchase. The Nigeria Railway Corporation has raised the alarm that there are fictitious claims that it was selling online tickets on the route, warning Lagos-Ibadan train passengers against falling for such scam. The NRC raised the alarm in a statement issued by its managing director, Fidet Okiria, on Saturday. Okiria urged passengers to always obtain their train boarding ticket at the designated railway stations. And of course, he added that the NRC is working out to introduce secure online ticketing on Lagos to Ibadan and Warri to Itape train services soon. For train passengers, of course, this is of concern to you. NRC wants train passengers against online ticket purchase. And quickly moving away from Platform Times, let's see what the Punch newspaper has for us this morning. From the front page of the Punch newspaper, you get to see foreign airlines repatriate over $4 billion in 15 months. That comes with double riders, and page 2 captures the details of that story. Bank shareholders protest as directors borrow 113 billion naira. Page 22 captures the story. Influx of smuggled textiles killed 150 local companies. TEA from page 9 captures that. And the Punch newspaper also giving us a trip to Niger. ECOWAS leaders meet as 7-day ultimatum ends. Page 10 captures the details of that very story. Away from that, also from the front page, private schools will suspend bus services and raise fees. NAPS revealing that on page 28 in the Punch newspaper. Suspected land grabbers shoot 3 in Ogun community invasion. That rather sad one on page 4 and 5 in the Punch newspaper. Away from that, elevators tragedy. Lagos Sachs facility manager suspends agency general manager. Page 10 captures that metro story, and also you get to see a picture of the foreign airlines operation and analysis of that very picture right there. Quickly going through the Punch newspaper, let's see. We start with with a trip to Niger Republic. On Cool, Tinubu meets governors sharing borderings with Niger. President Bola Tinubu on Sunday played host to governors of states that share boundaries with Niger Republic. It was gathered the meeting held at the State House, Abuja, was part of consultations by the president on the situation in Niger. The governors in attendance were Ahmed Sokoto, Umar Namadi Jigawa, May Malam Buni of Yobe, Idris Nasir of Kebbi, and Dr. Diko Rada of Katsina State. And the Northern elite have kicked against the planned onslaught against the military junta in Niger, while citing the likely consequence of such action on Nigeria. On Cool, Tinubu meets governors sharing boundaries with Niger, the Punch newspaper captured. Away from that, also have from the Punch, Atiku has filed case against Tinubu in the United States, says aide. The Special Assistant on Public Communications to Atiku Abubakar, Mr. Frank Shaibu, said his principal has dragged President Bola Tinubu before the United States of America District Court for the Northern District of Illinois. According to Shaibu, Atiku's suit against Tinubu is marked number 23-5099ND3. He said the filing of the fresh suit was why Atiku withdrew an existing case before a circuit court in Illinois. Atiku, who was the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the February 25 presidential election, is challenging the declaration by the Independent National Electoral Commission that Tinubu won the poll. Atiku has filed case against Tinubu in the United States, aide revealing that in the Punch newspaper. And quickly, taking this from the Punch as well, from the Metro page of the Punch newspaper, 2 in court for defaming Oduduwa Varsity. The Lagos State Police Command on Friday arraigned 2 men, Nelson Godwin and Adigun Shobowale, for allegedly making defamatory statements on a live broadcast studio against the Oduduwa University located in Ikpetumodu, Osun State. Godwin and Shobowale were arraigned at the Yaba Magistrate Court, presided over by Magistrate Patrick Nwaka, on 4 counts of defamation and breach of peace. The rest of that in the Metro page of the Punch newspaper. 2 in court for defaming Oduduwa Varsity. We'll be back on Freshlight after this quick commercial break. Stay with us, still Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTV and radio.
gbogbo aláfẹ́ tó gbayì tó fàgbà mú ló ń kọjá lọ sí House of Zion. House Zion, the name I know when we talk of top-notch fashion, quality materials and class. House of Zion lẹ́tí máa rójúlówó Turkey wears, in and Malaysia clothing, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìjìnà tí wọ́n fa wọ original ṣe, àwọn aago kájọ tó ń kawó designer perfumes pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tóbìnrin àsìkò fi ń gbafẹ́ lò gbà. mi ń ṣe kámi èmi ni ó rà èmi ni ó mú gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí. tẹ gbòógì gbọ́npa fashion àti àbáyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zion lẹ́ò ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ wà ní 52 ọlọ́run ṣògo road adjacent Redeemed Church and Parish ọlọ́run ṣòta lórí Instagram House of Zion 085688618. House of Zion ilé ìtajà tá a ti ń tún ojúlówó aṣọ àti nǹkan aṣara wà láfẹ́ tó ṣọ yìí ṣoge tó pàgbà. House of
have been disappointed severally in their bid to seek greener pasture abroad. To those who are agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case. At Tausa Travels and Tour, we have in-depth successfully without stress, help you process and secure your visa to end residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student bureau, America, Asia, Africa. It's at Tausa Travels and Tour. Our years of experience and expertise speaks volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for USA and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer offer Hajj and Umrah service on Muslim faith. Consult us at number 9 Central Mosque, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Tausaf Travels.
You're still on to Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still going through different stories in our dailies this morning. I will pick up the Sun newspaper. Let's see a couple of headlines on the front page of the Sun newspaper. Confusion, pain in hospitals over strike. You get that on page 6 in the Sun newspaper. Away from that, we also have this very large headline. Atiku files fresh suit in the United States against Tinubu over academic records. That's also resurfacing. Details of that on page 28, I beg your pardon, in the Sun newspaper. Also from the front page, Nigerians may pay more for fuel as crude price hits $86. Page 25 captures that very uncheering news, of course, to Nigerians. Tinubu's ministerial list reversing progress made in anti-corruption efforts since 1999. CISLAC revealing that report on page 26 in the Sun newspaper. Away from that, also from the front page, Sanwo-Olu governors Oshoba, Ike, Nwachukwu, Delekol, publishers, editors to attend NGE organized Jakonde lecture today. Page 6 captures the details of that. India-bound couple excretes 184 wraps of cocaine and woman hides drug in private part. Page 4 captures that metro story. Female pastor, 4 others held for kidnapping and possession of arms in Delta. Page 4 as well captures the metro story. Ararao may NMPCL take legal battle to appeal court. With the rider overboard chairmanship, page 25 captures that. Tinubu meets governors sharing boundaries with the Niger expert. Catholic Bishop warned against military action. Also resurfacing on the front page of the Daily Sun, page 27 captures the details. Northeast Group writes Tinubu on appointment of Auditor General, page 26 as the story. Serap sues president over failure to publish spending details of 400 billion naira fuel subsidy savings. Page 29 captures the details of that story. Quickly going through the Sun newspaper, let's start with the confusion in hospitals. The report reviewed with the headline, Confusion, Pain in Hospitals over Doctors' Strike. With a rider, patients stranded, frustrated as doctors insist on mass action on Wednesday. Patients who patronize public healthcare facility, facility, I get to expand to show, okay. Patients who patronize public healthcare facilities in Nigeria are passing through narrowly a period due to absence of resident doctors who had embarked on indefinite strike over what they described as unfair labor treatment. The doctors under the aegis of National Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, who constitute the larger percentage of doctors in public healthcare facilities, withdrew their services 2 weeks ago in response to inability of government to meet their needs, which mostly bordered on improved salary package and other working conditions. As a result, skeletal services are being provided for patients in various public hospitals in Abuja and other parts of the country, as only consultant doctors offer services in the hospitals. The rest of that in the Sun newspaper, confusion, pain in hospitals over doctors' strike. Away from that, we also have from the Sun newspaper, Serap sues Tinubu over spending details of 400 billion naira fuel subsidy savings. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, Serap, has filed a lawsuit against President Bola Tinubu over failure to publish spending details of about 400 billion naira so far saved as a result of a removal of subsidy on petrol. The suit followed reports that The federal government has saved 400 billion naira within 4 weeks following the implementation of the removal of subsidy on the petrol policy. The rest of that in the Sun newspaper. Serap sues Tinubu over spending details of 400 billion naira fuel subsidy savings. Also taking this from the Sun newspaper on vandalism. We get to see this very story from the Sun. Police begin 24-hour surveillance on Second Niger Bridge. The police command in Anambra State has commenced 24-hour surveillance on the Second Niger Bridge to protect it from vandalism. Commissioner of Police in Anambra, Aderemi Adeoye, said in Oka yesterday that surveillance was in collaboration with the Delta Police Command. And Adeoye said no arrest had been made, but investigation was still ongoing regarding the investigation right there in Second Niger Bridge. Vandalism. Police begin 24-hour surveillance on Second Niger Bridge. And running it up with the Vanguard newspaper, let's get to see the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, manufacturers borrow 1.8 trillion naira to survive in the first half of 2023. You get to see the details of that in the Vanguard newspaper. Away from that, why flight delays and cancellation will continue. NCAA reporting that on page 23 in the Vanguard newspaper. NDIC said to pay insured sums of depositors of 182 liquidated banks. Page 10 captures that very story. On Niger Republic, Catholic bishops, GNI, ANI, and others say no to military intervention. Page 5 captures the details of that. NGE holds first Lateef Jakande annual memorial lecture today. That's also resurfacing. Page 9 captures the details. Baseki Shuai feud. Anxiety suspense as Edo Assembly seats today. Page 15 captures the details. Ex-Governor Matawale's successor, Lawal, at war over insecurity. Page 12 has the details of that. Federal government to establish tech hubs in 7 states to empower 1 million youth and 500,000 MSMEs. Page 9 captures the details of that. And the sports headline on the front page of Vanguard reviews WWC. A supercomputer tips England to beat Super Falcons. Page 31 captures that very story. And quickly going through a couple of stories from the Vanguard newspaper. We'll start with a very story. Lagos Ogunbochi Assembly Speakers task female lawmakers on use of media. The Chairman Conference of Speakers and Speaker of Bochi House of Assembly, Abubakar Suleiman, and Speaker House of Assembly, Taiwo Oluomo, and their Lagos counterparts, Mudashiru Obasa, have decried poor patronage of media amongst female legislators in the country, advising that they should cultivate the culture of employing professional media aides. They spoke at a one-day sensitization workshop organized by the United Nations Women and the Government of Canada in partnership with the Women Advocate Research and Documentation Center for elected female federal and state legislators in the country in Lagos State. Lagos Ogunbochi Assembly Speakers task female lawmakers on use of media. And also given this story from the Vanguard, federal registries can also register marriages. Appeal Court revealing that the Court of Appeal sitting in Lagos has set aside the judgment of a federal high court which restrained the federal government from further registering marriages contracted or celebrated under the Marriage Act, Cap M6 laws of the Federation of Nigeria, LFN 2004, within some local government councils in the country. And trial judge at the lower court is Justice Daniel Siago. The appeal court in its judgment delivered on August 2, 2023 held that both the federal government and local government areas have the legal authority to celebrate, contract, and register marriages between prospective couples to whom it may concern. Federal registries can also register marriages. Appeal court revealing that. Also from the Vanguard, federal government to establish tech hubs in 7 states to empower 1 million youth and 500,000 MSMEs. The federal government said yesterday it has partnered Wema Bank to establish micro, small and medium enterprise MSME's digital hubs in 7 states. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who disclosed this in a statement signed by the Director of Information in his office, Olushola Abiola, said the hub would empower 1 million youth with digital skills. He said the government reached an agreement to implement the initiative following a meeting between the Vice President and representatives of Wema Bank. And he said the initiative was part of a commitment of the administration to create digital jobs for the youth. Federal government to establish tech hubs in 7 states to empower 1 million youth and 500,000 MSMEs. And of course, those interested can definitely key to that. Running it up with a sports story from the Vanguard. Arsenal clinched Community Shield after trashing Man City 4-1 on penalty. Arsenal won the Community Shield to end Manchester City's silverware streak with 4-1 penalty shootout victory after a 1-1 draw against the treble winners on Sunday. And Mikel Arteta's side forced the shootout thanks to Leandro Trossard's heavily deflected equalizer 11 minutes into stoppage time at Wembley. Cole Palmer had given City the lead late in the second half, but Kelvin De Bruyne and Rodri missed their penalties before Fabio Vieira converted the decisive kick in the annual curtain raiser to the Premier League season. From the Vanguard, Arsenal clinched Community Shield after trashing Man City 4-1 on penalty. And of course, Nigeria versus the Super Falcons versus England still ongoing, still goalless draw at this time. But definitely we wish, of course, we are hoping that we trash England in this match. All right, I remain Modupe Akinyosoye. Thank you so much for tuning. And of course, follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Al-IyamoyeTV and radio. Still have lots of program for you. Good morning.